Hello, it's Chavez here with you with Prudential California Realty. I'm going to go over a short sale package with you, the way that I was taught to do it by using both the Certified Distressed Property Expert designation, the way the Institute taught us how to compile it, and as well as the short sale foreclosure resource from NAR, and the way that they kind of explained to us as well. And then I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go page by page as quickly as possible so that I don't put you to sleep, and explain to you guys what all goes into these packages so that they do get accepted by the banks, and that the banks don't just grab it and say, you know what, it's not compiled the right way, let's shred it. This way it'll go to the next step to where we need it to go so we can get this approval. Alright guys, so basically I'm just going to go over the packet with you as quickly as possible so you don't fall asleep. In this scenario here, we had the borrower was Ocwen, so what we do is we do a quick little cover page. And as you can see, I just put the Ocwen letterhead, loan number, borrower's name, property address, my information, and a detailed table of contents as to what is involved in it. You'll notice that on the left-hand corner at the top, there is in red lettering the loan number, the borrower's name, property address, and again my information. In case these pages were to get lost, at the bottom they are numbered as well. And obviously here it is, just the heading, Ocwen Loan Servicing, the attention to the loss mitigation department, the name of the borrowers, their property address, their loan number, and the address where they live now. And here it just says, please accept the following information along with the complete short sale package that follows. It gives them a short little brief explanation in regards to the marketing of the property, the list of advertising. As you can see here, it was advertised on prucarealty.com, the bennychavez.com website, the livewell.listingbook.com website. We put a sign in the yard, and obviously local neighborhood advertising. It gives a brief description of the property, just describing its condition for them to better understand it, and the visible repairs that are needed. In this scenario, the property needed a new heater to pass lender requirements for the financing. We give a brief description of the current local market. In this scenario, there are currently 8 properties in the market in a half-mile radius from 4 properties in escrow, and just letting them know that we've included that information. Last but not least, we tell them, I hope that with this additional information, we can do what is best in the interest of all parties and proceed to closing. Property address, borrower's loan number, borrower's signature, and social security numbers. Next here is Exhibit D, the hardship letter explanation. It's where the seller will explain why they're in need of a short sale and why the bank should approve a short sale request. Here is a larger and more detailed hardship letter that the seller wrote. In most cases, in the Certified Distressed Property Expert, we're explained to write out the hardship letter instead of just making it a brief little one paragraph that they required. Here we made it a whole page letter explaining the details. Next is Exhibit C, is a financial statement from the Ocwen. Obviously sent this out, but the Distressed Property Expert Institute also has a financial sheet just like this, a worksheet that we make the seller fill out, showing all your expenses, monthly, housing, miscellaneous expenses, and so on. Exhibit D is authorization to access the property so that a BPO can be done, broker price opinion, which is like an appraisal, but it's just shorter and more to the point, not a lot of measuring involved or anything like that. Then we include a residential listing agreement, which is a 3-page listing agreement. Standard with any residential transaction, you would use that. Any differences in it in regards to the short sale is only that the terms of it are subject to the short sale lien holder approval. Residential purchase agreement from the buyer side, which is an 8-page document, and it's normal as well. No changes to it, just standard as it is. Next we move on to the buyer's documents, purchaser's documents, and this is a approval letter showing the bank Ocwen that this client has been qualified through their bank to purchase the property with a loan. The deposit, good faith deposit, credit report, proof of funds to close the transaction, 401 statement as you can see there showing where the money's coming from to close this transaction in escrow. The HUD-1 statement from escrow showing where all the expenses are going to go, and a seller's estimated closing statement. Here we have the borrower, which is the owner of the property, the seller, their pay stubs, and then bank statements from the borrowers again. Then we get down to the individual tax returns. So they'll want the last 2 years tax returns, 08 and 07, for this scenario, not 09, for this particular case. And then we have the MLS input sheet showing what date it was listed, what price it was listed at, the description that we gave on it, and so forth. Here from the CDPE, we've included a property repairs and damage form, just stating what things are needed to be corrected in this property. A comparative market analysis, CMA, that we would do with any regular sale. Here we're doing the same thing with this short sale property to determine value of the actual property. And last but not least, an estimated holding cost showing the bank what it would cost them on a monthly basis to hold the property should they foreclose and turn it into an REO. In this scenario, it would cost them close to $500 or $550 to hold that property in their books. After this package was sent to Ocwen, I called to confirm that they had received it.
You're there? Yes, sir. Okay, yes, we have received the package on March 9th, the completed package, and it's been submitted for an approval. It's submitted just today, sir, for an approval. So if you can give us a call sometime, probably on Monday or Tuesday, then we can let you know if it has been approved and the agreement has been sent out to you.
Okay, and do you feel that there's any other documentation missing on my behalf for you to make?
No, there's nothing missing on the file. As of now, everything seems to be fine. It's just that we have submitted.
So what he's saying there is he's confirming, and obviously you heard that, he's confirming that this package is actually pretty complete and it's not missing anything. So that's great news. It makes me confident that, you know, they feel that it's a complete package and they feel good about it as well. So the homework in doing all the page numbering and making sure all the documents are there is important to get that kind of a response when we do submit it to the bank. So basically here what I'm going to play you guys is after I called back, and keep in mind that that was March 9th when he said that they had received it and that they were forwarding for approval.
Your short sale request has been approved. The discounted payoff agreement was sent on March 15, 2010.
So anyways, March 15, 2010 is when they finally approved it. Really, that's 6 days. Incredible. Yes, it is. Ocwen is actually streamlining their short sale approvals, and that's why we got a fast approval like that. Normally, I've seen short sales go from anywhere from 2 to 6 months, and sometimes even up to a year. So in this scenario, we were able to get an approval in 6 days, which is just fantastic, and we were able to open escrow with that property. But in other scenarios, yes, you would probably take a little bit longer. So just do expect to be patient with it. As long as the short sale package is complete, you won't have to be running around for new documents unless the lender does require them. So I hope that helps a lot of you out there that are considering doing a short sale, just to know what documents go in there and knowing those facts. And know that banks are getting a little bit better, or let me rephrase that, know that banks are getting a lot better in regards to processing these short sales, because they too don't want to go to the foreclosure process. They want to do the short sale and stay on this side of foreclosure. All right, guys. I'd love to hear any of your questions. You can reach me at 562-896-7979 or visit my website at www.benny, Chavez, CHAVEZ.com. Thank you very much.